Okay, so we are recording. So I just wanted to kind of chat about a couple things. So welcome to our Get Fit Crew chat. What is today's date? Wow, February 20th already. Holy cow. We have like a week left and this month's over. I don't know. I feel like time is flying faster than it ever has. I really don't know why. But so I wanted to chat today about how to start over, because I know a lot of times in this business, or just in life in general, it gets hard. We feel trumped sometimes. We feel, a little stressed out, a little overwhelmed, maybe questioning, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? Trusting me, I've been there with all of those things. And, you know, the important thing is, if it's something we truly want, we need to know how to start over. So, and to be honest, starting over is the easiest thing. That's just like when we're on our fitness journey. We fall off the wagon. What do we have to do? Just start over. You just start over. So for me, starting over is going back to basics, back to day one. And, because after a while, I've been in this business 5 years. And it's, after a while, it's like, how many different ways can I share my workout? How many different ways can I share about my shake? How many different meals can I share? And you sit there and you question all these things, and then your posts start to change after doing it for so long. The way you post and the way you share your journey even becomes different, and it starts to take on a different realm. And sometimes you feel like you're not getting the traction on those posts. People aren't liking, they aren't commenting, people aren't really responding to your invites. And when those things are happening, a lot of times you have to reflect and you have to go back to day one, back to the basics, which is remember how you were at the beginning. What did you share about the journey? Maybe how hard the workout is. Maybe how easy or how hard the meal plan was for you. Like, you used to do this diet and this diet and this diet. Now you have these easy little containers. It's like, I call it nutrition for dummies. Just like the book Computer for Dummies, or this for Dummies, or that book that's like, it's something you don't understand. It makes it super simple for you. And that's how I feel the containers are, at least for me. Because I tried so many different plans. I don't like counting stuff. It's easy for me to say, yep, I've done 4 red containers, and it is for me to say, okay, there's this many macros in this vegetable part. There's this many macros in this carb part. That's way too complicated for me. That's way too complicated. I don't like counting calories. I don't like counting macros. So for me, the containers are easy because it's all counted for me. I just did a quick 2-second mathematical equation, which the calculator did. I didn't even have to do. And then my macros and my calories are counted for me. So the reason why I'm talking about that is because you have to go back to sharing that part. That's still why you love the meal plan. That's still why you're utilizing it. Why did you love Shakeology at the beginning? Why did you start Shakeology at the beginning? Those are things we still have to share. I think sometimes we get wrapped up in thinking about our post too much and get wrapped up in what the outcome of the post is going to be, instead of just sharing what we want to share about that specific topic. Like today, my workout post that I shared. Sorry, my daughter's calling me. My workout post that I shared today was that I looked like a tomato and smelled like poop. And I used the tomato and the poop emoji because that's totally what I felt like. I was like, I'm going to look like a tomato and smell like poop when the inspector comes. But I had a goal, and it was to get the sweat vest done before the inspector got there, because the last thing I wanted to do was cardio core for some old man inspector to come over to the house while I'm in my workout clothes, him checking out the doors and stuff like that. So my small victory goal was to get that done, and that's what I wanted to share. So the reason why I wanted to talk about this tonight was because this is something that I've re-implemented. I've kind of gone back to the beginning, gone back to the basics of how it was when I started, what I shared. I realized I hadn't shared my story, my transformation in a long time. So I shared that the other day. And even Mike Greenberg, who's my mentor, he was like, how did I not know that about your story? I'm like, I don't know, because I've posted that before. So I don't know how you didn't know. He's like, I just always thought you were fit. He's like, I never knew that you had to lose weight and that you weren't into like this fit lifestyle. He's like, people need to remember where you came from and that you weren't always this fit girl that just excelled at everything she did. No, I wasn't like that. I still don't excel in everything. So sometimes we have to remember where we came from, and we have to post those things. We have to remind people, because they only see the present day you. They didn't see you, maybe some of them did, but they didn't see you when you were struggling you, or if you're struggling now, they didn't see what was going on before you started this. So we always have to remember to get back to basics. But I know a lot of times we get burnt out on this journey and burnt out with the business, because it can get draining. You have to think about it. People start this journey many times because they're feeling sad about something in their life, or they have something going on in their life. And it's almost like we're their therapist. And that could be draining on us. We're only human. We are not robots. So in order to start over, all you have to do is go to day one and start over. So if it's your fitness journey that you need to start over, go back to day one, recalculate your meal plan, figure out what program you're going to do, print the calendar, get excited, post that you're going to start over, post that you failed and that you're starting over. Because from failure is where your success is. So you're going to have that success, but you have to start over. Same thing with the business. If you're feeling like your business has stalled, if you're feeling like it's not going anywhere, you have no traction, go back to the beginning like a brand new coach. Start over. And the biggest thing I can say is PD, PD, PD. If you aren't doing anything for yourself, that and pressing play are the things you need to do. Drink your shake, press play, read or listen to some sort of personal development. Those are the three things that helped me so much when I was troubled, helped me when I was struggling. And those are my three things that I go back to when I'm struggling. Those three things, not even my containers, because that wasn't something that got me started. You guys, I've really only been doing these containers for probably, November was a year. So what, like a year and a few months? Because not last November, but the November before was when we did Core Force, right? It was when we did the Core Force test group is when I started really, really digging in and implementing those containers. A little bit before that, but I really dove into it 100% with the containers. I become like a little guru with the containers. So I feel more comfortable helping people with them because I've used them for so long. But my three big things are PD, getting a workout in, pressing play, and drinking my shake. That's my back to basics. Those are the things that I go back to sharing about. And we can't lose sight of that. I know it's hard when you've been in the business for a really long time. You forget to share about your shake. You forget certain things. But now that we have Instagram stories and Snapchat and Facebook stories, you can do little posts. Like your entire day could be a freaking reality TV show on these stories, and you could share everything. Like I go on in the mornings and I show them everything that I'm putting in my shake. Scoop of this, some MCT oil, and this and that and this and that. And I'm saying everything that I'm putting in my shake. So utilize those things. Get back to basics. Back to sharing what got you excited about your journey at the beginning and got you excited about the business. That's really all I wanted to share about starting over. I do want to open it up. We have about 10 minutes before that we have to get on the Fit Family call. And I wanted to open it up to chat with you guys if you are struggling with anything, either on your journey or in the business or anything that you might need some help with. Like I know, Jenny, that you're, just starting to get into, sharing and things like that. So if you have any questions about the business aspect or anything like that, I'm going to open it up for us to chat about that.
I do want to say real quick that I know that I've been slacking for a long time on my PD, and I need to. I have books sitting there staring at me. I need to do it.
It's really important. And I find when you really find a book that is geared towards helping you with something you're struggling with at that time, you're going to be more apt to read it.
Yeah.
So like if you have something that might be bothering you, might be sitting heavy on your mind or something like that, let's try to find you a book that'll help with that. Like my book I'm reading right now is The Art of Saying No. And I'm having a hard time putting it down. So I specifically go live each morning after reading my book with the chapter that I read. That way I don't go crazy finishing the whole book super fast, because I really want to learn and implement each little chapter. Because it teaches us why we don't say no, reasons of why we, like the motivation behind always saying yes. So, really that's something that I needed help with, because I'm a yes person to everyone. And then I always end up getting pissed off because now I left myself with no time to do anything for me. So I found that book, and I've been reading every because I found a book that I really need. You know what I mean? Like sometimes we end up reading these PD books just to say we're reading a PD book, but it's nothing we really need at that time. So it's almost like wasted time reading it, because we're not going to implement anything, because it's nothing that we need at that certain moment. So I started that one. Is there like a specific book you want to start for any purpose, or?
I have the 5-second rule that's been sitting there.
You've got to read that book.
I know. And we talked about this just because when on the call the other day.
Yep. That book is awesome.
Yeah.
It's helped me so much. I still do it. I still do the 5-second rule with so many things. I'll still, like, if I post about that I did it, I'll even tag her in my post that did her 5-second rule again. Like, I can get on a plane now without having any liquor.
Right.
From that.
Shake you want me to do?
But yeah, that's really important.
Yeah.
Even if you have to download the audio and just listen, is really important. Even if you can't dive into a book right away, go on YouTube and listen to like some motivational or inspirational videos in the morning, like to start your day when you're making breakfast for you or something like that.
Yeah.
Just to give you that extra, pep in your step, because you're like, sometimes after listening to some of those, you're like, yeah, okay, I can conquer anything, So that's something that you could do too to get you back on the PD bandwagon.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
How's everything going for you, Jenny?
Same.
It's going okay. I need to find an Audible book that I can read.
What do you feel is something that you need the personal development for right now? Like, is it a journey, like to keep you on track? Oh. I think Jenny froze. Is she frozen on your end too, Nat? Yeah.
Yeah.
Her service must have went out.
You both are frozen on mine.
Oh, there you are. Okay, you were frozen. We see you now. What do you feel you might need the PD for?
I need motivation. I don't know how to motivate myself anymore, I guess. When my mom passed away, I stopped everything and I stopped exercising, and I gained all of my weight back that I had lost. And so I started back doing the exercising on Sunday, but I need to find something to help me get back motivated.
Let's see. What one do you think would be a good book for that, Nat?
I also have Shaun T's book over there.
I was just staring at that one too. Shaun T has a book that's called T is for Transformation. It's a really, really good book. And I believe he has the audio also.
And I think why, I think that one, because we've seen him in person and how motivating he is, but he is so
Hi.
Inspirational and
Hi,
just
guys, what are we doing?
I don't know,
Circle?
I want to read that one too.
Put a star.
But I know it's probably amazing.
I read it. It's amazing. And that would be a really good book, Jenny. It's called T is for Transformation by Shaun T. And I know he has an audio. I believe he has an audio version of it as well. If not, a good audiobook. I think this one's on audio, and I'm not cursing at you, but
The curve?
cover Lucy's ears or mute me or something. It's called Unfuck Yourself.
Circle?
God, who wrote that book? That one is awesome. Another one also is You Are a Badass.
Yeah.
So I would say pick out of any one of those three,
Okay.
and those are going to help you, because those three books are mindset books. And motivation, that's where it comes from. I'm not motivated every day. Like, everyone's like, oh, I wish I had your drive to work out every day. I'm like, I don't have drive. I'm just on autopilot. I just get up, I put my workout clothes on. It's just because I made it a habit. That's just like, my kids even know my routine. They don't text me between that time frame unless it's an emergency, because I'm usually doing my workouts. But that's what you need is a mindset book. So that would be one of those three would be a good book. I'll look when we're done with our call and I hop on the other call. I'll see if I can find the audio version, and I'll send it to you. So then that way you could just download it or whatever so you can read it.
Thank you.
But those three would be really good. I'm sad for you with your mom, but I'm happy for you that you got back at your workouts. Did it feel good to get back at it?
I needed to, but I realized how much out of shape getting back to it too.
I know it's hard when life comes at you and you're doing so good, and then life comes at you and then you end up like having to start all over, which was what this call was about. But it sucks. But the one thing is, I don't want you to ever feel like you failed, because if you started over, you didn't fail. The only way you failed is if you put your workout clothes in the back of your closet, never put your sneakers on again, and say, screw this working out stuff, and you canceled everything. Then that's you failing on yourself because you've just given up. But the fact that you've gone through what you've gone through, you're still going through it, and I'm going to start over. Sunday, I started over. You didn't fail. To me, that's success, because most people at that point would not start over. They would just consider it like, oh, well, I guess that's not meant for me, and that would be it. So you should be proud of yourself for starting over. But yeah, I would say one of those three books would be perfect for what you're going through right now. The You Are a Badass one is really, really great for mindset. It talks about things just like Shaun T's book, T is for Transformation. He talks a lot about the things that he went through when he was younger, and how and what actions he took and the mindset he took to help him overcome it. So that's a really good book for mindset, because it takes you through the steps on how to overcome and get your mindset where it needs to be. The Unf Yourself book is all about mindset. It's pretty much like get up, get out of your way, and go type book. The way that person writes was like, it was written directly to me, I feel like, because that person wrote exactly how I speak. So it was such an easy read for me. I read it and I downloaded it on audio because I wanted to listen to it on my runs just to kind of like soak it in more. And then if there were ever times that I felt like I was getting in my own way, I listened to the book again. So that one's a really good book. I think you can't go wrong with any one of those three. And feel free, you have my phone number. Text me at any time, even if you need the motivation of, okay, if I don't text Tanya that I'm getting ready to do my workout, then, that's my accountability. You could text me and be like, okay, I'm doing my workout right now. And if I don't have a text from you, I'll text you and be like, okay, did you do your workout? And to help give you the little bit of that extra accountability right now until you can set it into a habit. I've done that with a lot of people that are in our group just to help them form that habit, because you have to, for me now, it's just a habit. I get up, I put my workout clothes on, I brush my teeth, and then my shoes go on when I bring my son to school and I do my workout. It's just my routine, my habit, but it takes time to build that. So if you need that extra accountability, I can help you with that. Is there anything that anybody else wanted to chat about before we ended our call? Because now we have, Jenny, just so you know, Fit Family Network is my coach, so my upline, and she does a call on Tuesday nights also from 8:30 to 9:30. So I'm going to go into the team page and I'll tag you in the post. I'm going to post the link for the call. And then that way, if you have the time, that's a really great training tool to have as well, that after this call, we all hop on that one just for some extra training and stuff like that.
Okay.
All right, T. Well, I will talk to you later.
All right, guys. Have a good night, and I'll see you on the other call.
All right, bye.